fun kids to coach, and from a quarterback coach standpoint, you got to be pleased with how they operated.
Second straight game that, there haven't been any interceptions. I don't believe still there's been any fumbles. How pleasing is that for you guys as an offensive staff to see that you guys are taking care of the ball?
Well, that's the one thing that we focus on the most, like offense and defensively. If you look at the best teams in the past for statistic-wise, the teams that normally win the national championship, they don't turn the ball over and they get turnovers. And we're doing a great job right now not turning the ball over.
You have any conversations with Gino when you guys are only scoring 10 points in the first half? Anything from up in the box that you're seeing that maybe you're trying to relay to him?
Today, they say, we were a bit lethargic, and it went down to just execution today. We had a little trouble executing the first half, but Gino kept his poise, and he did a great job at distributing the ball to all of our receivers, and we had a lot of success.
Do you guys think, second straight week that it seemed like you were getting the hang of it in the second half? Is there something that can change, that you come out and just start firing in the first drive?
Well, we had the same problem at Oklahoma State last year. We normally started off slow, and then once they kind of get in a routine and a rhythm of things, and they kind of settle down a bit, they tend to execute pretty well.
Marshall and Norfolk State, maybe that's okay, but Maryland and LSU, it's a little bit different story?
Oh, no question about that. Our competition will rise next week, and we just got to rise to the occasion.
When you have Paul come in on that first play, what was the call? And seeing him running on his first collegiate play, is that what you expected?
Like I always tell him, he never should run the ball because I don't think he can run the ball. But, that was the thing. He just came up to me just a minute ago, and he said, I go, hey, you were 5 of 6, congratulations. You threw your first touchdown pass. And he goes, yeah, but I had 5 rushing yards. So that's something that we'll laugh about and talk about tomorrow.
I'm sure that makes him probably like the 4th leading rusher or something on the team. That's got to be pretty positive.
Yeah, I don't want to see any more rushing yards from him in the future. But you got a lot of bright future for that kid.
How important is it when a guy like that comes in who, is probably the future at this point of this team at the quarterback position, that, he's not just handing it off every play, he really gets a chance to execute the offense?
And that's what we try to teach those quarterbacks. Even though it's the 4th quarter and you're getting backup time, you still got to go out there and you got to execute our offense. And, we don't want to teach them any bad habits. We just want them to go out and just operate.
I heard you talk about the kind of leader that Gino is. You said maybe he's the best that you've ever been around, or the most natural.
Yeah, just most natural. Sometimes you got to motivate kids in different ways, or actually if they come off to the sidelines, like say something to them, like, hey, get the kids going. You don't have to worry about that with Gino. He naturally just goes out there and starts talking to the kids and just trying to get them going. Yeah, no problem.
From your perspective, what changed from first to second half? Was it just an issue of getting in a rhythm, or what was it?
Just execution. We had no halftime adjustments. It was mainly just challenging the kids and just go out there and execute and play our own game.
How did that include Gino? What did Gino do differently, if anything, in the second half that he didn't do?
Gino, he did the same thing. Went out there, operated. That's the thing about Gino. He's the same kid. If we're down at halftime to if we're up 50 at halftime, he's always going to be the same, which is a good sign of a quarterback.
Do you have to coach him mentally at all through that? Do you have to say, look, it's going to turn around, or does he pretty much just handle himself mentally?
Oh, he handles himself very well with that. There's kids that you have to tell him to get people going, all that. He does a great job at just doing it himself, and he's a competitor, obviously. You look at him out there, he wants to manage the game well, and I think the kids feed off of him.